We have Simran Godwani who's going to join us and do her talk, and she just needs a little bit of space. So I think she's going to do the stretching and a little bit of exercise for us that we probably all need to do at this point in the afternoon. But thank you so much for joining us, and I'll just take a seat down there and be out of your way.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Are you all sleepy after a nice lunch? Yes. Wow. Okay. To start with, I don't want to say too much about myself. I am basically a Kathak dancer and trained under Guru Murari Sharan and Dada Guru Pandit Birju Maharaj. The reason I'm here today is how dance and movement can help children with Down syndrome. I had done a very short workshop in Bangalore, and I'm very grateful that they thought that I need to be here today. So I thank IIDSC for calling me here and giving me this opportunity too. Let me tell you that I've always been interested in classical dance, right from when I was 5 years old. And like any other traditional parent, my mom sent me forcefully to these classes. And I started learning dance. And it just grew on me. I did the run-of-the-mill, worked for a software company, completed my education, worked, and at some point left it and said, let me start doing dance. I started with children and then moved on to adults, and now I perform. But today the story is not about me. The story is about this little boy who changed my life and the reason I'm here today. Many students come into my studio. I run a studio called Krishala Dance Theatre in Bangalore, where I teach students starting from the age group of 4 and body conditioning, just getting them to know about their bodies, helping them to love their bodies, and just making them aware of what are the possibilities that lies within each one's body. So when when the word started spreading around that I'm a teacher and I teach children and I take children as young as 4, because classical dancers only start at the age of 7. So parents started getting inquisitive, and I had all kinds of parents come to me, and I started taking students. Then one day, once I finished my class, I had a 4-year-old boy's mother standing outside and waiting for me. And she waited for all the parents to go out. And she said, Simran, there is something that I want to tell you. I said, yes. Her name was Lata. I said, yes, tell me, Lata, what is it? So she said, my son, I keep seeing him jumping all around, but he really can't, he doesn't have any control over his body. And he has something called Down syndrome. Would you take him? I had not heard of Down syndrome before that. But when I looked at that boy and when I looked at that mother, the only thing I felt was that here is a boy who wants to learn dance. And here is a teacher who is willing to teach it to anybody who wants to learn. I did not know where to start. And I told her, yes, but this is a journey that we both will have to take together. Because I do not know much about this syndrome. I do not know anything. I mean, what is the diagnosis? How is it caused? Nothing. So she was very thrilled. And I said, I will not push. This is what I do with all my children. Because my mom pushed me into a class, so no matter what parents tell me how good, fantastic dancers they are back home, and when they come to a class, if I see them with grumpy faces, I just tell them, it's okay even if you don't dance today, it's absolutely okay. So Aditya started coming into the class. First, he was all over the place. He was running. And all I did was just to observe him. For about a month, no, 3 months, he did not do anything. I tried to get him to move. I tried to get him to make friends. I tried everything that I could. But I was very unsuccessful, is what I thought. Because this boy would not do anything. He would keep running around. He would just go and, nudge someone. And then, of course, I did have a couple of other parents complain that, oh, there is this little boy who is troubling. Can you just check what it is? And 3 months, 4 months, end of the 4th month, I was almost about to give up. And I said, I think this is not working. And maybe I don't have the background. And maybe all these things cannot be achieved with only love and passion and patience. I said, there must be something. I do not know. Maybe I'm not a therapist. And maybe I do not know anything. And that's the reason. And I was very, very upset. One particular class, because he was extremely destructive. And, he kept running around. But I never lost my anger. I never lost my temper at any point of time. I was very patient because I was just observing this boy. One day, this song was playing and, I switched off the music, switched off the lights because that particular day, the class was 6 to 7. And I stepped out and he called me and said, Simran, music. I said, no, Aditya, time is up. No music. He said, music. I said, no, Aditya, time is up. And he, kept stomping his feet. I said, okay, fine. I'll play the music. Okay. By now, his mom was already waiting. He was 15 minutes late. She knew that all the children had gone, but Aditya had not gone down. So she also walked up by then. And I played the music just to see what, why is he asking me for music? I played the music. And you won't believe it. This boy knew every step that was done in the class for the past 6 months. That was the first time I just, I didn't know. I was crying. Mom came. Mom also saw him. He made us play that song 5 times that day in the evening. We played it and he danced and he danced. He was so thrilled. Until today, I think Aditya is 10 today. Till today, he's dancing. You play music for him and he will dance anywhere. Until that day, the day when we first played the music for him, his mom told me that he was always very, very shy of people being judgmental, of people saying probably he's not moving in the right way. But that day, Aditya showed me that it is in fact love, patience, and passion that can get over any kind of, mindset and deal with any kind of a syndrome, such as Down syndrome. So, today's session, like what I did in Bangalore, this session is not only meant for parents. Okay, it is not, I never do any session where somebody is listening to me and I'm standing and talking. This is really not me. I am a dancer. For me, a session is when I'm able to show you how you can do it with your children. Yes? And there are a couple of things that I want to tell parents that, dance and movement, the child is moving right from the time the child is in the womb. So you don't have to take the child to any dance teacher. The child is already moving. You just need to encourage the child to come out of this preconditioned environment and say that the child can be free and help the child. Because, when we come out into this preset world with so many conditions and so many rules set out, forget about any syndrome, forget about any disability, even ordinary people like us. I think we think 10 times before just going and dancing somewhere. Is it so or not? Yes or no? Yes. If I ask you all to come, any one person, shall I pick a person from the crowd and say that, can you please come and do one step? I'll play the music. Can you do a dance for me? Will you be able to do that? How many of you? Okay, I have very few hands here. So I know that my babies are very good. I'm asking the parents. Yes. No, very few parents. Yes, I know. Yes. So what I'm saying is, but as confident young people, confident parents, confident grandparents, many of you would resist to come and just do a 2-minute dance. And here we are all expecting our children to be perfect in movement. This is not, I'm telling about any normal child, anybody, every child. So before me talking too much and, taking it any further in terms of talks, I would want you all to just join me in doing just a few exercises. So can you all just volunteer and stand up wherever you are? Maybe you will all have to come to the aisle, or some of you can even join me on the stage. This is something that I would have ideally done with your children, because I think it is so important for them to be here. Old mothers, grandfathers, all of you can join. I'm not going to make you do like some Michael Jackson breakdance or something like that. Simple movements.
Can you join up? Yeah, let's move forward.
Yeah. Just make some lines over here and.
She's saying 5 minutes are left.
Yeah, okay. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. Just before we start, I want to say a couple of things. The movement and dance helps the children. Many Down syndrome children have their neck wobbling. The movements are not very stabilized. But dance and movement help you to stop the wobbling of the neck. Get the body posture corrected to a very, very large Okay, I'm just putting on the music because I have very less time. Okay, can you all scatter yourselves? Like not stand in any order. Not stand in any order. Just scatter yourself. There's so much space. Okay. I have played the movement. Yeah. Just follow my instructions, okay? This is simple things that you can do at home. You can make your child do. Okay. Start walking forward. Turn around and walk back. Go around. Go around in circle. Yeah, in a circle. In a circle.
यूं तो मैं दिखलाता नहीं, तेरी परवाह करता हूँ मैं माँ.
You raise your hands up.
तुझे सब है पता.
Wave. Sway yourself.
सब है पता. मेरी माँ.
Faster. Faster. Move faster. Okay, go across to someone you don't know and say hi without making noise. Keep moving. Volume low. Can you move to each other? Say hi, but without saying. No, not using. Yeah, just gestures and movement. Can you make hold hands? Hold hands. Come inside. These are simple things that you can do with your child. You don't need any teacher to teach you this. And these are simple things that will help you to control their body posture. Okay, be careful. Now turn around and hold your hands. Turn around and hold your hands. And put any music for them. Wait. Now I'm going to change the music.
Chiki chaka chok, chiki chaka chok.
देखो क्या वो पेड़ है
Here, I want the audience also to participate. You can give, as while you sit, you can throw some, like show some movement. And you people can just freely do any movement that comes to you. You can use the entire space, move around. You don't need to stick to each other, but be energetic. Okay? If you can do it here with the music, I'm sure you can do it.
Just finish up. Yes, 2 minutes.
चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई हे देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई बारिश है या आसमान
Thank you so much. I basically wanted to say that, thank you so much for coming. This is simple movements that you can all get your children to do. And let me tell you that movement and dance therapy, please start in your houses. You enjoy to dance, your child will automatically enjoy. And lot of stability in terms of posture, in terms of, being able to hold their neck, their walk, everything gets improved. So definitely do try dance and movement for Down syndrome. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone, and thanks so much to him. Sorry. And I think we now will have a brief break for tea, so hopefully you can join us. We have Dr. Skotko speaking after the tea break, and hope that you'll be able to rejoin us in about 15 minutes. Thank you.